Wayne Wallace, thanks so much for joining us, for being here.
Yeah, Michael.
How are you today?
I'm doing good, man. In San Francisco, it's overcast, but by about 2 hours it'll clear up. Just waiting for World Cup soccer to start.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Who you rooting for?
Um, I have several teams I like. Of course, the United States, but I wouldn't be I wouldn't feel bad if Spain or Brazil won.
Yeah. Who's the favorite right now? Do you know?
France.
Okay, interesting. Very nice. Cool. Well, welcome. It's great to see you. Great to finally meet up. And yeah, I was just wondering if we could talk about a little bit about musical origins, collaborations, kind of whatever you want to talk about.
Sure.
Um, Teaching at Stanford, Berkeley. Yeah, you can choose where you'd like to start.
Oh, well, my teaching career kind of started by accident. I was at the San Francisco School of the Arts, and from there more or less, let me see. I started at UC Berkeley for a little while, the jazz school in Berkeley, the School of the Arts in San Francisco, matriculated to San Jose State University, and then my current position at the Jacob School of Music in Bloomington.
Yeah, that's awesome. What was that like teaching at Berkeley? What's the jazz program like there? That's interesting.
That was back in the 80s.
Really?
Yeah, they've always flirted with jazz, but they didn't get real serious about it. So I came in maybe once a week and did a history class or something like that. Um, Full-time education for me was at San Jose State. I was really teaching ooh, about 5 classes.
Okay.
And what else? There was one other thing. Oh yeah, the Susan Muscarella at the Jazz School in Berkeley. That's where I was leading combos and teaching theory and history.
Nice. How'd you get that gig if you don't mind me asking?
Well, we're pretty tight community here in the Bay Area. When Susan started the jazz school, she reached out to me and asked if I'd be interested. I said sure, and
Wow.
it grew up. Well, it's grown to be called the Jazz Conservatory now, and it not only reaches the community, but it has applied degrees also.
Wow. Yeah, someone from my undergrad went there for music history, but that's all I know about the. Obviously, it's an awesome school.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. And,
yeah.
Professor Anthony Brown um, has worked with the Smithsonian and done oral interviews with Max Roach, all types of people. Is one of the leading teachers there.
Wow. So were you just like gigging around San Francisco a ton and just playing a lot of gigs, and then people just they just loved your music or like got linked up that way, kind of? Or
Yeah, it's a community. We work with
okay,
each other. One of the cool things here, there aren't a lot of cliques.
that's
So
nice.
we play the styles and the genres intermingle, and we get to experience each other's music. And I think, at least in my mind, we enhance each other by exchanging knowledge.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. That's the goal. I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
Is it Latin jazz that big in San Francisco, or is that kind of like kind of your thing, or is that's pretty popular there?
Yes to both questions.
Okay.
Yeah. We have it's a, well, for lack of a better term, it's a polyglot here from because we're a port city,
Okay.
we get people from Asia, Mexico, Latin America, Caribbean, and Europe. I mean, everybody ends up here at some point.
Yeah. I want to go really bad. My parents just went last summer for
Where
vacation.
where'd they go?
They went to I'm not sure where they stayed exactly, but they stayed in San Francisco somewhere in the city, and they saw like all they did all the tourist stuff. They saw
Okay.
um, the what's the name of the prison Alcatraz. They went
Yeah.
there, and they went to like there's like a wine like a pretty famous wine distributor there or something like that.
Napa, Sonoma.
Yeah, that's right. Yes. So they did all that stuff, and yeah, they loved it. They said they had a great time.
It's beautiful out here. It really
Yeah.
is. it's regardless of what people say on the news, it's still a great area.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely want to go. I just got to visit my cousin in LA for the first time, and that was really cool. So now I want to go see Northern California. Go check out Northern.
Different world,
Yeah, very
totally
nice.
different world.
Awesome. Well, what are you working on these days, Wayne? So you're still at IU, and are you
Yes,
teaching anywhere else?
no, no,
You're full
not
time there, right?
full time there. I'm still running my record company. We put out 3 records last year.
Nice.
Looking to do for the upcoming year, maybe 3 more as it stands.
Mm.
Um, working on a big concert for the Latin Jazz Ensemble at IU. The first time we're going to be headlining the
Mm.
jazz celebration, doing the centennial tribute, of course, to Miles and Coltrane with their 100th birthday.
Wow.
We have some guest artists uh, to be announced, TBA, but we're hoping to get some heavyweights to come in and play with us.
That's awesome. Where's that at?
That's supposed to be October the 24th.
Okay, in Bloomington, or
Mm-hmm.
okay, very nice. Cool. If I'm not doing anything, I'll go. I'm like 2 hours away, but yeah, if I'm not doing anything, I'll come check it out. That sounds really cool.
But it's going to be good. I've
Nice.
been spending a lot of time arranging for the ensemble. The time change doesn't affect me, so I wake up at 3 o'clock here at the West Coast. So I go downstairs and write. And when it gets to be about this time, I go, oh, time for World Cup soccer. Come on back upstairs.
Nice. There you go. That sounds like a great schedule. That's awesome. Awesome.
It's good for the summer. It's a good summer break. It's very relaxed.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I wanted to ask you too because I was listening to that. I told you before we started listening to that Giant Steps arrangement that she did, and I was wondering about your process for arranging because we've talked about composing a little bit before, but like, how do you think it? Because it's a very creative arrangement. I really like some of the ideas, like doing the halftime and then it goes into like the regular tempo and
Hmm.
introductions and the orchestration and all that stuff. I was just wondering, like, what's your kind of general approach to arranging? If you feel like it's similar to composing, or if I'm sure there's like a lot of overlap, but if you have a different mindset, kind of, that'd be great to talk about.
Actually, no. I think of it as one thing, and it's been said before. Nothing I've come up with that composing is slowed down improvisation, improvisation is sped up composing. I try to do like stream of consciousness writing
Mm.
when I'm arranging and think about how I can blend things together. I'm doing Miles Davis's and Ron Carter's 81, and I got inspiration from different sources, and I'm blending that together.
Mm. Very cool. Yeah, I really liked it. It's a great. I wanted to listen to the whole thing, but I didn't have time because we were gonna
Mhm.
meet. But I saw there's Thelonious Monk. I mean you on there. I wanted to listen to that one too. But
Yeah, that was a fun arrangement. That was a very stream of conscious arrangement.
okay, how did you like learn how to start arranging though? Because obviously to get to the point where you're doing stream of consciousness, you have to like build up a certain amount of knowledge and skills, and or do you feel that way or no?
Oh yeah, I spent a lot of time studying. I looked at Ellington scores, Gil Evans scores, Basie, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I did a lot of arranging for R&B bands and jazz bands. I love Billy Strayhorn's the way he approaches writing.
Mm-hmm.
Herbie, all the regular folks. Anytime I found a chart that I really liked or a harmonic sequence or harmonic structure, I studied it.
Yeah.
Then I started getting a little bit deeper into how to that whole thing about um, non-functional harmony that goes all the way back to the beginning of the 20th century, moving around different tonal centers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's interesting. I took a class pretty much only over Billy Strayhorn in my undergrad. We just went through his book, Lush Life.
Great book.
It's a great book. Yeah, we just read it as a class basically,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was really interesting to hear about his contributions to Duke Ellington because he was kind of like I didn't realize it was like Duke Ellington and then like Billy Strayhorn was like right there, kind of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's legendary. David Hodju is the writer on that, and he's a
Hmm.
fabulous writer.
Yeah, it was a great book. It was an awesome book.
Yeah, a lot of insight to Billy Strayhorn. Many people, unless you're a jazz nerd, don't realize how connected they were.
Yeah. It seemed like it was just like right hand man kind of.
Yeah, whenever he needed something, they'd be on the phone talking about arrangements.
Yeah. Well, it seemed brilliant. He just had this because he said in the book, I think he said his group performed a song that I think he'd never heard before, and then he met him behind the concert, like backstage, and performed his piece just like from hearing it one
That's
time.
that famous quote. Here's how I just heard you play this, and he played it on piano. He
Yeah.
said, "That's nice." Actually, Ellington wasn't paying attention to him actually when that happened.
Really?
And he said, "This is how I would have done it." And that's when Ellington started paying attention.
That's interesting.
And
Yeah, that's a great.
of course, that was the way Take the A Train was written, because that he gave those directions how to get to his house while they were on tour.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was a great book. It was a great class. But yeah, that's. I was wondering too about like perform. We've talked about this a little bit before, but playing with Aretha Franklin and Santana and Earth, Wind and Fire, Max Roach, and so I took some of the more popular names that people might recognize. But you play with a bunch of obviously a ton of great musicians. But just like playing with them, I think you told me your advice before was just playing in the scene and just kind of being around and just playing a bunch, and you just kind of naturally get some of those gigs. But I was just curious how that kind of happened for you and what those experiences were like.
Oh, you have to prove yourself. It's like betting, like a political position. You have to be on the scene. At least in my experience, I don't know if it's changed now, but when I was growing up and going through the musical scene here in the city, I would hang out. I would get to know people. I'd go to their gigs. If it was appropriate, I'd ask to sit in, or people would ask me. It really helped that I could read reasonably well. So I got into a lot of big bands and started working with groups. I remember Woody Shaw had a no net, and somebody recommended me because they knew I could read and I could solo. So word of mouth is a big thing. It still works that way. At least it has before we have the internet and all the other stuff. For me, it was word of mouth.
Yeah, yeah, that's interesting. Who was one of your favorite people to play with?
Oh, Jesus.
It could be
Uh,
famous or not, or
you
just
mean,
you know.
you mean from a standpoint through my career early or what?
Yeah, yeah. Who do you feel like was maybe most formative, or what was one of the most like exciting experiences you've had, or
Wow, there's so many actually.
not to
Some
put
people
no pressure.
some people I didn't even play with, but being in their presence was a learning experience. I could say Sammy Davis Jr. Backed up Ray Charles, watching him, how he directed the band with his body. He was like a metronome. The drummer, all he had to do was watch Ray Charles because his time was immaculate. Uh, who else can I say? Um, I played in McCoy Tyner's pickup big band here at Yoshi's in San Francisco, and we played for a week. But the real thrill of it, I was playing second trombone, and I was seated next to McCoy. So of course he soloed on every song, and I could just feel the raw power coming from him.
Yeah, his playing's awesome.
Yeah, but to actually viscerally feel it, as opposed to hearing it on record, it really gave me an idea what the John Coltrane Quartet was like. For anybody who had the good luck to actually be in the presence of that music physically.
Yeah, yeah, that's wild. I can imagine because his playing is like very powerful and raw and
It's percussive,
yeah,
incredibly percussive. A light touch, but still percussive.
yeah, that's cool. Yeah, you played with like Aretha Franklin, Santana. How'd you get the gig with
Well,
Santana?
I recorded with Aretha. I didn't play with her.
Oh, gotcha.
Um, Santana, I recorded with and did a couple of gigs. His son, Salvador, was a student at the San Francisco School of the Arts. So I played with him and did an arrangement of Concierto de Aranjuez,
Mm,
which of course became Spain. Um, so I arranged that for the school orchestra, and then Carlos came in and played with them.
that's cool. Very nice. Awesome. What are you up to these days? I guess you answered that. You said you got a couple albums coming out, and
Yeah, I'm working really hard on the centennial music for Miles and Coltrane. I'm I'm trying to find some obscure tunes, which I did, or tunes that aren't played that much by Miles and Train, and arranging them within a Latin jazz style.
cool. Well, yeah, what's on the
Some,
paper? Do you mind sharing
some,
what's on the?
some of them work really well. The other ones I've really had to think about different ways to do them.
Yeah. Yeah, do you mind sharing a couple tunes that are on the program?
Oh, sure. Well, I'm going to do that arrangement of Giant Steps.
Hmm.
Um, Even though Miles didn't write it, but he's famous for Freedom Jazz Dance.
Okay.
What else are we doing? Am I doing? It's a blur right now. Oh, Tune Up,
Hmm.
Solar, both of those in an Afro-Cuban style.
Nice.
Uh, gonna do oh, Little Church from the
Hmm.
Live Evil album, but
Okay.
doing it kind of like not chamber jazz, but as a bolero with woodwind quintet.
Okay. Very cool. Very nice. That's all students or is that faculty or?
It remains to be seen. I think the intent is to be all students,
Okay.
but we'll see how it falls out. Still yet to be determined. But I'm arranging it like with a whole big band in mind.
Okay. Very nice. Yeah. So who's running Latin jazz these days? Because it was you and Spyro, and then he retired, and then someone else came in, and then I'm not. Is he still there? Or is there or someone else in there?
Iro retired in 2019. Um, it's me and Andy Miller.
Okay. Very
So we
nice.
we co-lead the LJE.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, that was a fun. That was one of my favorite groups playing, and
Oh,
then
it's been really fun.
yeah, the music's awesome, and yeah, getting the clave, trying to get the clave playing
Oh
lined
yeah,
up.
the
Yeah,
never-ending struggle.
yeah, yeah. It was a good time. Well, that's cool. Um, yeah, I guess we're kind of going out of order. I wanted to ask you about like your musical origins and stuff, so we're kind of going backwards. But um, I guess we could talk about that if you don't mind. Just kind of giving us like a brief overview of like how you got into playing jazz and if you started on trombone or like I had Pat Harbison on too, and we talked about some of like his like upbringing and how he got into jazz, and I learned a lot of really interesting stuff. Like he said that like he didn't really know much about jazz history when he was like in his 20s or whatever, and like kind of acquired that knowledge over time, which I thought was interesting because he's so knowledgeable and seems like when you talk to him, it feels like he knows like everything about jazz history now. It's hard to
Once you
imagine.
once you start studying, it's if you have intellectual curiosity, it's an endless study, and nobody's paying you to do it. No
Right.
one's forcing you to do it. Just you go down a rabbit hole where, okay, Freddie Hubbard. Oh, Freddie played on this record. Oh, who's this person? Well, who was the trumpet player before Freddie? No, and it just goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
For me, I think my first introduction to jazz were my parents, who weren't musicians, but they liked music, and they had about five records, like two Nat King Cole, two Louis Jordan, one Billie Holiday, and more. A record called Jazz Masquerade, which I found out later that Strayhorn had arranged some of the stuff on that
Oh,
with
interesting.
Bob Brookmeyer. And I just, after a while, I could sing all those Nat King Cole songs from listening to them over and over again. Um, I started out on piano.
Hmm.
Um, and of course, I'm being a native San Franciscan, I was surrounded by the psychedelic scene here, good jazz scene. The soul scene was Sly Stone. Johnny Mathis, I'm in my original house here. His brother lives down the street still.
Oh, really?
It was quite a community here. Sly
Yeah.
Stone was over close to, relatively close in Daly City, which is about 3 miles from here.
Mm.
Um, and we just had it was like I said before, it was like a community thing and everybody shared knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Started off in R&B bands, um, settled in trombone. I started on piano, first of all. I was
Mm.
playing classically, and I started hunting and pecking. I liked Burt Bacharach tunes, so I'd kind of figure them out by ear. But I started buying sheet music, and I could actually read it. What else happened? Got serious in the trombone in junior high school,
Mm.
and got more serious in high school. Had a great teacher, Sid Walker. If there's anybody I can attribute my love of jazz to, it's Sid Walker.
Mm.
He would have he had a band called I went to Balboa High School,
Mm.
um, and he had a group called the Balboa Blues. We would come into school like at 7 o'clock in the morning before school started and play Gil Evans arrangements, play heads, Charlie Parker tunes. He was really cool. At lunchtime, he had a whole bin of jazz albums, and he let us come in and listen to them. That's the first time I heard Coltrane.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was great. I was really lucky to have people around me like that.
Yeah. So you got into jazz pretty early on.
Relatively speaking, yeah.
Yeah. When was the first album you heard of, or first like jazz recording you can remember?
Well, unconsciously, that the Oscar Pettiford album
Mm.
he's playing what Tamil Pious and some other things, and
Okay.
I just liked it.
Yeah.
Well, I still have those records too. They're downstairs.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was a
That's
big
cool.
R&B. I loved Motown. I loved everybody. I liked the Beatles. I liked everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, you were in like a lot of funk bands, and did you play with Funkadelic? Was that
Nope.
or
Toured
Parliament or
open for them, but I didn't never played with them.
okay?
I did a gig with Fred Wesley and James Brown's band, Pee Wee Ellis. I
Mm.
did a recording session with him. He was working with Van Morrison at the time.
Mm.
Um, Worked a little bit with Van Morrison. If you keep asking questions, it'll remind me of some of the people I've worked with.
Sure. What? Yeah. What drew you to trombone too? I'm curious. Like, because you start on piano and
Yeah, big mistake. Um,
doesn't seem like. I mean, it worked out for you. Okay. It
Big
seems
mistake.
like.
Um, the San Francisco school system in the 60s, they would bring around instruments for people to try out. And I think I was in the fifth grade. And I said, "Oh, I want to try the trombone. It only has one moving part." Big mistake. It's so easy to play out of tune, and it takes more, the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a non-pitched instrument like a violin or a double bass, so it takes a lot of muscle memory.
Hmm.
I spent hours like trying to play in tune, not even play
Yeah.
jazz. And that's an ongoing struggle for any good trombonist. You hear a good trombonist, they spend hundreds, if not thousands of hours just playing the instrument, not even improvising.
Wow. Yeah. Do you feel like it's because I'm not a brass guy or woodwinds guy. I played violin in high school and guitar, obviously, and I played some piano. But yeah, do you feel like every instrument has their challenges? But yeah, what's the difference? Do you feel like that's the main difference between like trombone and like trumpet or saxophone or something like that? Is the
Yeah, it's really easy to play out of tune.
yeah,
It's incredibly easy. I've
yeah,
spent time working on building not only my muscle memory with my hand, but my muscle memory with my embouchure so I
hmm
can tune on the fly.
okay, gotcha. Yeah, I never had to deal with the embouchures or anything like that. But that's I hear when I talk to woodwind and brass players, that's a huge. They're always talking about the embouchure struggles
Yeah,
and yeah,
everything starts there.
yeah, nice. Oh, that's cool. Um, Very nice. And then there's something. Oh, I wanted to talk to you too about the grant. You've been nominated for Grammys for like seven, I think like seven Grammys, right?
7 times nominated, never won.
Oh wow, okay. What kind of stuff? Like what? Yeah, what albums or was it for albums or
Yeah,
performances or?
predominantly for Latin jazz. I had one. There was like Asian American jazz with Anthony Brown, the musician I mentioned before, with the Asian American Orchestra. We
Mm,
did a take on Duke Elling's Far East Suite, and
mm,
that got nominated. Um, the other ones I've been nominated for, let me see, one was Steve Berrios from Fort Apache. None of them won. And about four from me.
that's awesome though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's great to be recognized. Well,
Yeah,
if your peers recognize you, you can't ask for anything more than that.
sure. How does that work? How do they like? Do they just hear like who has to hear your music or yeah, I don't know how that process works at all, but
It's changed over time. There was a committee. There's still committees, but they've changed the rules here and there how the committees work. Um, some of it is you're vetted in a way that it's kind of like I was saying. You go out and you play gigs, you put out records. Musicians are curious. You know how it is, man. The old days, you're in the car and you hear something, go, wait a minute, stop. And you're like, who is this?
yeah.
And get there and you wait for them to tell you who they are. That happens on Sirius, Music
Mm.
Channel, and all that stuff, Pandora. Now you know who the main artist is without having to go through the whole song. I heard a really good big band album 2 days ago by the pianist out of New York, Helen Sung,
Mm.
which I'm definitely going to buy. Immaculate writing. Then I found out who was on the album. I said, okay, I have to buy this because it's inspiring. She's definitely put in the work and the study, and she's found her voice as a writer.
Mm. That's interesting. What was her name again?
Helen Sung,
Okay.
Sung.
And she's like a new, is she kind of newer jazz?
Nope.
She's been around for a while?
She's done her homework.
Okay.
She's,
Very
she's
nice.
been around for a while.
Yeah.
It's
Very
very
cool.
rare your first album just hits. You might have, that's the exception. You have to grow as a record producer and or an artist or for people to get to know you. There's a lot of great records out there that are not being promoted.
Hmm.
A lot of great musicians.
Yeah. It's interesting. Yeah, there's so much. It's insane the amount of music out there. It's
Yep.
crazy.
Quality is very high, but
Yeah.
it's kind of like it's an overkill. So many great tenor saxophonists, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Hard to use. And the other thing that makes it difficult to sell an album is the downloading of singles. You
Mm.
don't get the
Right.
whole package.
Right.
If you wanted something in the old days, you had to buy the album, buy
Yeah.
the CD, buy the cassette, whatever it may be.
Right. Yeah.
And hopefully you got exposed to the rest of the music.
Right. Exactly. I was just gonna say it loses like the affect a little bit of when you hear it in the sequence of the album. It's kind of
Yeah.
it's not the same.
Yeah. And at this point, I don't think it matters anymore because people make songs. They don't think of if you read a
Right.
book, it's a bad analogy. If you read a book and all the chapters were out of order, oh, I like chapter 5, but it's the back of the book. And it's a funny analogy, but it's still true.
Yeah. I think it works. I think it still works. That's a good analogy. I think. Um, yeah. Yeah, because some albums too, it's like you had like the whole point is to listen to it all the way through because of there's a theme or there's a connection, and so it's like that's getting lost sometimes.
It used to be like that. I find it less and less. The
Mm,
music I tend to like is people have put that thought into it, and it's a great presentation. Another analogy, you serve dessert before you serve the main course when you cook.
Right,
That's a choice, but as a general rule, it's not like that.
right. That's a good point. Yeah, now everyone's attention's like so much worse because everyone's watching 60-second videos on their phones and they just get instant dopamine spikes and then we don't want to. It's hard to
Yeah.
sit there for an hour or two and enjoy a quality art or.
I can tell you, like I just turned 74, and there's two things I've noticed, and I'm sure other people have noticed this at my age. When we watched television, we didn't have a channel changer.
That's what
You
my
had
mom
to
said.
get,
Yeah,
you had to get up and go over and change the channel.
right.
And the same thing, um, I should jump in. It was I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought on that, but it was just different.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what it was. Albums.
Yep.
Played the whole side. You didn't skip from one first tune, then flip it over
Oh
and go
yeah.
to another song.
Right. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Because I grew up with. I guess I grew up with cassette tapes was the first thing, but I was pretty. By the time I was like 10 or 12 or so, we had CDs already,
Yep.
so you could already skip tracks.
Yep.
But yeah, I remember
So
trying.
what? So why should the musicians worry about the order of the tunes?
Yeah, that's so disappointing though because I used to have long conversations about like Beatles albums or when I was a teenager or Radiohead CDs or something about how the track order affects the overall. Same thing with a symphony too. If you listen to a symphony, it's like
Yeah, yeah. There
yeah,
should be an emotional effect, a visceral effect with art.
hmm
Whether it's Strauss or Charlie Parker or whatever, you should feel something, regardless whether you're a professional musician or just a listener.
right,
If you're not feeling it, it's not doing its job.
right. Yeah, there needs to be like a vibe or like aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, well, I think you do that well. I think all your albums have the ones that I've listened to anyway, they all have a consistent vibe. And uh, yeah, how many albums do you have out, Wayne?
Good Lord. Um, I haven't counted lately.
Yeah,
Um, I'll take a wild guess and say 10.
10. Okay, very nice.
But working with other people, I take it back to maybe more than that actually. Because with the record label, we've been doing compilations, and I've added some originals to the compilations.
Okay, very nice. Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Wayne. Yeah, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know you're a busy guy, but I appreciate you being here. I don't want to hold you up for that. You got the World Cup and stuff too. When does that start?
Ah, game doesn't come on till 12:30. I have another hour.
Okay, nice. There you go. Cool. But yeah, thanks for being on here, man.
Hey, it's a pleasure. I'm glad to see you're doing well.
Thank you.
Uh, come on down. Let me know if you're able to come on down on October 24th.
Yeah.
Um, it's going to be good. It's
What
going to
day
be
of
a
the week?
big
What
deal.
what day of the week is that?
It's going to be on a Saturday.
Okay, maybe.
Well, think about it. The Latin Jazz Ensemble usually just performs on Mondays.
Yeah, that's right.
This is going to be a ticketed event. It's going to take the place. Well, it is. It's the jazz celebration, which we normally have in May. Because of the centennial, this should be a big deal.
Yeah. Is it the Buskirk or is it
It's going to be in the MAC,
in the Mac? Okay, nice.
Arts Center.
Yeah, that's beautiful, beautiful venue.
Dancing permitted if you wish.
Nice. All right, awesome. Well, thanks so much, Wayne. I appreciate your time, man.
Good to see you, Michael. Continued blessings. Keep going forward, man. Happy you're doing stuff like this.
Thanks, man. You too.